Are you in the process of looking for a new executive role, but it's taking longer than you would like? Maybe you're unemployed and you've been that way for a while and it's starting to get stressful, or you've been working at a place that maybe isn't fulfilling you or paying you what you're worth, and you want to leave, but you just can't because you can't find the right opportunity. This leads, in many cases, to burnout in the job search. And what does burnout look like? Burnout happens when you lack energy to do the things you need to do in your job search. Maybe you're just going through the motions. Maybe it's just you're not excited about. You're even thinking to yourself, maybe I should just stay in my current role and not even leave. Right? These are all signs of burnout. Now, how do you solve job search burnout? Because it's something that I see very often with clients that come to us. They've been trying the same things over and over again. They've been applying on job boards. They've been calling up recruiters, maybe recruiters that they worked with in the past. They've been trying to ask people in their network, but nothing seems to be working. Nothing seems to be moving the needle. And that's what leads to burnout, right? Famous quote by Einstein: insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And unfortunately, that's what so many people are doing in their executive job search. They're trying the same things over and over again, and they're not getting the results that they deserve. And so what do you do when you experience job search burnout? Well, there's two things that you need to do. Number one, you need to look after yourself, right? And this is one of the things that we talk about with our clients is the job search is quite challenging. It can be emotional. And so you need to take time for yourself. You need to do things which align with your values. Maybe that's spending time with family, maybe that's spending time outdoors. You need to kind of give yourself a break, right? But at the same time, you need to make sure that you're working on something which you're seeing progress in, right? And so you need to really figure out what are the things that are not working in your job search. Now, there's only a few. There's only a few things that it can be, right? And so I'm going to go through them right now. The things that can lead to job search burnout and lead to you not progressing in the way that you want to, either you're focusing on the wrong type of role or you're not focused enough. We call it your ideal role type. If you're not focused enough and you can't clearly explain why you're the number one candidate for the type of role you want to get, no one else is going to be able to understand that, right? Imagine a hiring manager, they're sitting there, they're reviewing your resume, and if they don't clearly understand why you're the best person for that role, why you're the specialist who's going to solve their problems and help them exploit the opportunities they want to exploit, they're just going to put you to the side, put your resume in the trash, right? And you're never going to get to the place, you're never going to get to that interview or offer stage that you're looking for. Right? So that's the first problem. The second problem is what we call your unique value proposition. These are all part of personal branding. If your unique value proposition, which is the thing that positions you as the number one candidate for that type of role that you've decided, if that's not clear, again, no one's going to take you seriously. Right? You need to be focused on the thing you want to get, and then you need to prove yourself as the most valuable candidate for that thing. Right? You need to have a clear story which showcases why you're the best person for that role. You need to have both of those things in place before you do anything else. Then next, you need to make sure that your resume and your LinkedIn profile are up to scratch. Now, oftentimes, when I see errors in resumes, errors in LinkedIn, it's usually one of two things, right? Either it's just a bad profile or a bad resume, right? It falls into all the traps like over formatting, writing the resume from the perspective of yourself instead of the audience, right? Or not having numerical proof for each one of the things that you're trying to prove in your resume. Having a resume that's too long, if it's like 4, 5, 6 pages, it's too long, no one's going to read it. Having a huge summary section at the start with loads of bullet points that say things like leadership skills, strategic thinking that no one cares about and doesn't mean anything, right? All of those errors that I see in resumes and also LinkedIn profile, either not having a LinkedIn profile or having, a LinkedIn profile which isn't attractive to someone else. That's one error, right? But the other error stems back from having an unclear ideal role type or an unclear unique value proposition. Because if those things aren't clear, how can you make a resume which speaks to how valuable you are for a specific role, right? Or a LinkedIn that does the same? You can't, right? You can't. It's impossible, right? Particularly if you're just focused on lots of different things, you can't have a resume and LinkedIn profile which showcase you as the specialist in the job search that person's looking for. Right, so they're some of the things that you need to get right up front, right? Then when you're actually looking for jobs, if you're just applying for jobs online with your resume, it's not the way to go. Only 2% on average of every job or every application has a chance of actually getting an interview. Just 2%, right? And even worse than that, if you apply online, once you get to the interview stage, you're less likely to actually get hired from an interview if you've started your application online compared to going through a different means, right? Recruiters are great. Problem is with recruiters, they don't work for you. They're not going to find you a job, right? So you have to find the exact right recruiter, and there's thousands and thousands of recruiters out there. How do you know which is the one that actually has the right opportunity for you right now? It's really challenging to figure that out. Okay. And also, if a recruiter gets to the point, you've probably had these conversations. Yeah. So, we'll stay in touch. I'll let you know if anything's available. That means they can't help you because they don't have anything available right now. And all they care about is earning their commission check from the company that is doing the hiring. Right. So, what can you focus on instead? Because those are probably things that you have been doing. Well, the answer is obtaining referrals. It's what we do with all our clients here at the Ambitious Exec. It's all about obtaining referrals. Because referrals, right, believe it or not, lead to more than 80% of hires in the job market. It's called the hidden job market. That's where it happens. That's why people say networking is so important in the job market and when you're in the job search. But what does that really mean, right? Well, this is what it means. So many of the jobs that are out there are never advertised. And so if you're focused on those small percentages that are advertised on job boards and the ones with recruiters, you're not going to be able to access this huge pool of opportunity, which guess what? Almost nobody else is accessing because everyone else is focusing on job boards and recruiters. So that is a key change to your approach that you can make, which is going to get you excited and it's going to get results and is going to lead to you not seeing those signs of burnout, right? Because you're actually progressing. Now, I understand it can be quite challenging to go out and network with all these people and build those relationships. That's why with our clients, we help them build what's called a referral engine, which is a system which essentially goes out and obtains referrals for you without you really having to do that much work. And that's really powerful. So if you can set up something like that for yourself, that is super, super powerful. And it's going to really help you. And then if you're getting interviews and offers, well, if you're getting offers, you're fine, right? If you're getting interviews, then you can pinpoint what that problem is, right? You're not that good at interviews and you need some help around how to actually sell yourself in the right way. Okay, so those are all of the things that you could change in your job search, right? And all of the things that we found after helping more than 3,000 clients have been the things that have been most successful. Ideal role type, unique value proposition, getting your external assets, your resume and your LinkedIn profile in the right place and what they should look like, forgetting job boards, not worrying about recruiters unless you have a system for reaching out to all of them, right? And trying to generate referrals because that's where most of the job opportunities are. If you do all of those things, you're going to have so much more success in your job search and you're not going to be left behind. You're not going to be just floundering and feeling job search burnout. And it's going to be so much better for you. And you're going to get much faster results. Right? Because we've seen it so many times. This is exactly what we teach our clients to do. So to recap, if you're feeling burnout in the job search, make sure you look after yourself. Make sure that you are doing things which actually make you feel, make you feel like you want to live life, right? So enjoy things that you enjoy, spending time with family, spending time outdoors, doing hobbies, etc. But then also think about changing your job search approach. Think about fixing it and don't fall for that fallacy. The traditional approach of applying for jobs online and trying to find a recruiter that's the only way of doing things because it certainly is not. So I wish you the best and I really hope you escape this burnout if you're feeling it right now.